Hey there, Sovereigns. Monica Grace from cardreadingqueen.com here. Today's content is how to heal physical distance between you and your twin soul. So this is for you if you are in a long distance relationship with your twin soul, or if your twin soul is just living in a different city right now and you want to understand what the block is as the two of you seemingly build separate lives in two different places. First, I want to tell you how you can get and stay connected to me, Monica Grace, and my website, cardreadingqueen.com. This is how you get free content and updates from me. You can go to facebook.com/cardreadingqueen, cardreadingqueen.com/YouTube, instagram.com/cardreadingqueen, twitter.com/monicagracecrq, pinterest.com/cardreadingqueen, dailytwinsoul.tumblr.com, and linkedin.com/company/cardreadingqueen. Additionally, any freebies that I mentioned in this content, you can find them at cardreadingqueen.com/freebies. And all you have to do is go to that web page and sign up for the freebies that you are interested and excited about. So, how do you heal the physical distance between you and your twin soul? What happens when you and your twin soul are living apart? So here's what the situation might be. I think there are a lot of solutions that people come up with to this, and I'm going to kind of explain what those are and why they may not work. So should you move to your twin soul's location? No, you shouldn't. If you do so, what could happen, what is maybe likely to happen even, is that they will then just move shortly after. They may also start traveling more, or you may just never see them even though you move to their area. And I'm going to explain why this stuff happens. Basically, the physical distance was a protection for them, and because of that, they're going to create that physical distance again. So moving to their location is not the answer. Should you instead try to manifest your twin soul moving to you? The answer again is no. The reason is you can only manifest for yourself. So you should make sure that you are in the perfect place for your soul. And we do have karma to clear with places. So I know for me, my karma took me to Chicago. It was a place that was in my heart for years and years before I moved there. I moved to Chicago. I lived in Chicago for 8 years, and then eventually my karma with Chicago was cleared, and so I left, and I've never looked back once. I've never really missed it. I do go to Chicago every, probably several times a year, because I still live nearby in St. Louis, so it's only like a 5 or 6 hour drive. So I still go to Chicago a lot, but I have no desire to live there again. And it's because I cleared my karma with that place. So definitely make sure that you are in the perfect place for your soul. And if you have cleared the karma with your current place, maybe you've released attachment to that place, you're able to move on. And you really just need to think about what would be exciting for you. So that leads us into the third option. Should you move to a new place and manifest your twin moving there with you? And the answer is still no. Definitely you should move to a new place if you want to move to the new place. Because you love it, you should assume that your twin soul is never going to move there with you. And could you still be happy in that scenario? So it really comes down to, again, you cannot manifest for someone else, and it just doesn't really make sense to do so. So what do you do instead? How do you heal the distance? The secret is that the distance is not the block in your relationship. So let's talk about that. So just like, somebody's relationship is not the block, like a relationship they have with someone else, or somebody's marriage is not truly a block. It's not the marriage that's the block in the relationship. This is the same thing. It's not the distance that's the block in the relationship. It's actually, it's a symptom of the actual block, which is energetic, not physical. So this happens a lot, and this is like a more general understanding of this concept. not specific to distance. It's really that whatever you're seeing in the 3D is never the real block. The real block is energetic in the 5D. And that's why you're able to heal it within you, because that's the only place that you can create on the 5D. You can only create inside yourself on, if you were trying to create on the 5D plane. You cannot create in the 3D really at all. So we sometimes have the illusion that we're creating in the 3D, but you really can't create in the 3D. So the distance is not the block, because that's the 3D level. That's like what you're seeing in the 3D. The distance is it's the energy of the distance that is the block. And the block is what the distance represents to the person, or what the distance represents to you. So it could be that they don't have to see you. So maybe they're putting distance between the two of you so that they don't have to confront the relationship, or so that they don't have to go deeper into the relationship. It could also be that they do not want to be able to be found by you or to be seen by you. So think about this. Why would your twin soul not want to be seen by you? Because they don't want to be seen by themselves. Think about that. And so they may be kind of in an avoidant state. They don't want to be confronted by you. So maybe they have a fear of confrontation. They don't want to be visited by you. They don't want to have to deal with the connection. They don't want to accidentally cheat on their partner with you. That could be something real. They don't want to have to explain you to the people in their life. This is another huge one. So they, maybe they don't want to have to tell their mom about you. Maybe they don't want to have to tell their girlfriend about you. Maybe they don't want to have to tell their children about you, and have to kind of explain, because, perhaps they know in their heart that if the two of you were in the same area physically, then people would be able to see the truth of the connection. So at the end of the day, they're, all of these are kind of the same thing, as that they're hiding from you. Now I said, what does the distance represent to the person? That is a very useful exercise to do. And when you do that, you can also turn those on yourself. So if you are observing that your twin soul does not want to have to confront the connection by being in the same physical space as you have to ask yourself, what do you not want to confront in the connection through that physical space? So you can do it that way. And then you can also turn it on yourself and say, like, what does that distance mean to you as well? So you can only create in the 5D. Don't try to create in the 3D, as it doesn't work. Talked about that already. Distance is largely symbolic of two things. One twin's belief that they need to be nearby to have a relationship, and then the other twin's bookend belief that they can escape the relationship through physical distance. It's really the same. When I say bookend belief, it's because it's the same false belief. It's the same belief that, that you can't build the relationship unless you're close by, and that you can escape the relationship by being far away. Both are false beliefs, and typically it's the same false belief manifested two different ways in the relationship. How do you heal this? And ideally, heal it in the 5D, of course, so that it then manifests in the 3D, where you guys are in the same physical space. So the biggest thing is you have to heal it in the 5D. You can't heal it in the 3D by like chasing after them. Like, don't move to their place. Don't try to get them to move to you, because it's pretty much not going to work, because the block is really energetic, not physical. So you really have to work backwards. And I kind of explained this already. Like, so you can look at them and say, like, what does this distance provide them? Like, why are they prioritizing the distance over the love that we share? But then you can also say, what does this 3D thing represent to me? And what are the feelings and emotions that are coming up? And this is a more general way of healing as well. You can apply this to anything. So if it's like a marriage, for example, it's like, what does that person's marriage represent to me? Like, maybe it represents that I can't be close to them. Maybe it represents that I can't be in a relationship with them, like a romantic relationship. And so then you can heal that. So some of the things that may come up, and I'm just giving you these to help you get started. So it may be that if you are close to the person, you feel like, hey, there's like this chance that we can meet up. And that is, that is really like, what does that meeting up mean to you? Is it a way to get high off of your twin? Would be a question that you could consider. Like, do you want to meet up with them? And like the corollary to that is like, maybe there'll be some magic if we like happen to bump into each other. And this could again be just a way to kind of get high, because like you can kind of go through your day and through your life like hoping you're gonna bump into that person. And not doing what makes sense for you, but like really changing your routes in order to try to finagle this into 3D. And again, that's you're trying to create in the 3D instead of the 5D, and it's a threat of control. So you may also want to have more access to the person, and this could be like driving by their home, their work. And this is totally, it's totally like relatable to me. I was totally that girl in high school who I had a crush, and so like I would walk to my classes in a different way so that I could kind of like see the person in the hallway, and then I would say hi to them, and it was like this little high that I might get in between classes. But like I was totally rerouting myself on purpose in order to just have this little high throughout the day. And I would go like months and months of like, ooh, like I get to see this person once that day or whatever. And it's totally relatable the same way. I think people definitely do this. I don't think it's, a lot of people feel guilty about it or shameful about it, like it's stalking the person. And I mean, on some level, I wouldn't say it's stalking. I think it's just, having that access is, it kind of gives you a little power hit almost. And like it just gives you that little high that maybe, you're just getting high off it a little bit. I think a lot of these examples are actually just a way to get high off of the person, and at the same time a false belief. So another one is feeling like you need to see their body language or see them in person to build a connection. And I think this is a huge false belief that is kind of threaded into this block, is really just this belief that you can't build that connection with them unless you are closer to them. Or that you need to like build that connection in person in order for it to work. And it's really not true. You can actually build that connection even through the distance. And it's not that you would stay in that state forever. So it's not like you're going to have this long distance relationship for forever and ever. But it's really, it may be appropriate to build that connection. And if it's not appropriate, it's at least possible to build that connection without really meeting the person or seeing the person in person. And eventually you're going to want to see that person in person. Feeling like you could break up their relationship if they could only see you. So maybe they are in another city and they're married, or they have a girlfriend or boyfriend. They have a partnership, and because of that, you feel blocked over like text, or you feel blocked over social media. Like you can't, or like you even like you feel blocked to like call them. So like you can't call them because they're in a relationship over where they are, and then you also can't meet up with them. And maybe you're thinking like, well, if only they could see me in person, I'd be able to break this up, because their spouse or their partner would see the connection that I have with them, and it would like start to cause problems in their relationship. And this is really, it's a threat of seduction, which is a threat of control. Like if you want to trace it back, and I'm talking, I'm talking specifically about like the core wound wheel, which is one of the tools that I have on my website, cardreadingqueen.com/freebies, if you're interested. But you can just trace seduction back to just trying to control things again. So, and all of these are just like controlling things in the 3D, right? So the answer is really, it's really, the first thing is like identify all the reasons that you think the distance is a problem. And then identify what the feelings and emotions are that are coming up as you go through each of those reasons. And then the healing is really giving that, joy, magic, love, whatever it is, giving it to yourself through other means, and just knowing that if this is your true twin soul, eventually the two of you are going to close that physical distance, because you would have to. Like there's no way that you can continue to do your inner work and that this is definitely your twin soul and you guys continue to stay physically apart. That makes no sense. As you do your inner work, and if this is your true twin soul, you will eventually come into the physical together. So I hope that's been helpful to you. What do you want to do in terms of inner work around what that physical distance represents in your twin soul union? If you need help with this, you can try the core wound wheel. It's at cardreadingqueen.com/freebies. You could try the reflection journaling practice, cardreadingqueen.com/freebies. I have lots of healing tools at cardreadingqueen.com/freebies if you want to work through this. And you can also just do some journaling on it or some meditation on it, and really go deeper into what it is that this distance is symbolic of to you. If you want to, you can leave a comment on this posting to share your upset, your story, or your results. And then if you want to learn more about the twin soul journey, go to your twin soul journey. Go to cardreadingqueen.com/twin soul journey. And you can pick up my book. It's called Your Twin Soul Journey. It's a guide to experience eternal, unconditional, harmonious, embodied love and union with your divine partner. And you can also find it on all retailers. Go to Your Twin Soul Journey, or go to any retailer, type in Your Twin Soul Journey, and you can type in the author name, which is me, Monica Grace. Or you can go to cardreadingqueen.com/twin soul journey and see all the places that it's available. That's all for me. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this content. I hope it was helpful to you. Have a beautiful and blessed day.